Horseradish tastes horrible.
Disgusting.
I will not be eating that.
Like a kid.
It's just yucky.
You never went to a restaurant where they served horseradish sauce with lamb? Dumbass.
They do that with prime rib. Yeah, you know they eating good. They probably put ketchup on prime rib.
You are just like
Why are you
So
getting
the phone's off? Got our red cups.
bucket?
Don't worry about what's in this cup.
Don't worry about what's in this cup. Could you drink of Yahushua's cup is what you need to be worried about.
Ain't let it. Man,
So can you drink? That's it.
drink that cup.
Because, hey, let's get that. Somebody find that.
Well, get that.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we'll give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Chakodash.
Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders at Great Millstone who rule well. And as always, we give peace and salutations to the elect. All right, starting with the house of David. All right, which under Yahushua you have the 12 disciples and the rest of the 144,000. That's going to be the government that rules in the world to come. After that, you have the large multitude, which is the rest of the men, women, and children whom the Lord will have mercy on. That body is the remnant of Israel, prophesied and foreordained for deliverance, salvation, and to witness the destruction of their enemies, okay, and to be exodus out of this new Egypt, as it is written in Jeremiah, the 16th chapter. The days are coming where we're no longer going to have to talk about the deliverance from Egypt, but we're going to be we're going to have a holy day rooted around the deliverance from the land of the north, which is North America. The final captivity of the Israelites, where Judah and Ephraim has been reunited. Okay, ultimately Ephraim was already over here. The bulk of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, although there were some northern kingdom on those slave ships, were brought over here on slave ships. And ultimately from that point, the Lord would eventually awaken us. And you would have a remnant of Judah and Ephraim reunited via the word. And ultimately that's the rebuilding of the kingdom of heaven, the spiritual temple, which was prophesied to be built through Yahushua. So we're here, ultimately another Passover through the Spirit, hopefully the last, to ultimately do a class before we get our service in, and hopefully you brothers and sisters be edified. It's been a fast. This year went by fast. Okay, this new year came fast. As you can see, according to the book of Mark, you know, the Lord is shortening the days. Okay, and that's for our sake, because things are more wicked, toxic, demonic, and ultimately, if you're not hastening to get out of here and crying to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to take down your enemies and be delivered, and you're not in the truth. All right, if you're not catching it, if you're not in hell, if you're not looking at this current situation, not that you walk around all depressed and downtrodden, which that happens, but if you're not vexed with this, that's a problem. You have guys that ain't vexed, all right? They're not in the bitterness. That's why they want to eat lettuce instead of bitter herb, because they don't like the bitterness. They want to run away from the bitterness. Well, bitterness is an aspect of drinking a cup of Yahushua. Okay? Now, whatever scriptures brothers got, we'll bring it out, and hopefully, you know, we'll get it rolling. Go ahead.
Going into pretty much, you know, how the Lord got to speed these days up because of the wickedness.
Yep.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4. I'm going to start at verse 10. And it says, He pleased the Most High, which is talking about Enoch, but it's talking about the elect here in these times when you look at it spiritually. But it says, He pleased the Most High and was beloved of Him, so that living among sinners He was translated. Yea, speaking.
And that's ultimately, because when you read the stories of your forefathers, those aren't just stories that's sitting on pages.
Right.
You're supposed to link that to yourself and what you're going through. Enoch represents the first that we know of to be beamed up into a chariot. And as you read the scriptures, we know that he was obedient. As the sons of God were going left, he represented a righteous legacy being forwarded. He stuck to the script, and that's what the remnant are doing. That's what Moses eventually did. He was turned back to his purpose and ultimately walked the right path, man. Okay? To be delivered. Go ahead.
Gone. Verse 11. Yea, speedily was he taken away, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul.
See, if we were to stay here in these bodies and Esau Edom really set up his NWO and got Revelation 13 popping to where it really popped and he did it for years and years and years, the elect would be killed off. And if the elect be killed off, then that means the promise is null and void. The elect would have to be alive. Okay? Although the Lord is going to raise some of our forefathers from the dead, the elect are going to be alive, which means the Lord is going to sustain you. Okay? He's going to have you in a position to where you eat, you drink, you be covered up until that point. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 12. For the bewitching of naughtiness doeth obscure things that are honest. And the wandering of concubines doeth undermine the simple mind.
See, it's getting so wicked out here. You want to say something?
Yeah, just going into that's what it's saying right there. You know, it's so wicked that's out here. You got souls that are just pretty much used to it, pretty much.
Right.
You know, it's so wicked out here. It's the norm. You know, that's where the word conceal, obscure means conceal.
Yep, and it eventually mess us up.
Right.
Eventually, if this world was able to continue, our children, everybody would be devoured. It's too wicked. You know, your child throwing up the salute and saying, but at the end of the day, at some point, they get devoured by this world.
Yep.
If Yahweh Shai didn't come back. And we got some bitter herbs here, some horseradish root for you suckers out there, man.
Yep. And make you suckers' thighs right out.
Yep.
And
make your pussy itch.
Oh, Salaki.
Put her on and die on camera. Try to go ahead.
But pretty much all the bewitching of naughtiness, the wickedness that's going on, this is tied to the bitterness that the righteous man is going to see and want to cry unto the Lord about. And you got guys that are pacifying it. And that just goes to show you that people, and just tying back to your point, Elder, they're not really bitter in this captivity. They're enjoying it here. If they want it to be longer, they'd have it so. You know? Just to add to that.
Can I get that word bewitching for you? That word bewitching simply means enchanting or delighting. So the bewitching of knowledge means that it's intriguing. And you know, as we've seen lately, you know, you got a lot of people out there that's even of Israel, they're sacrificing unto fertility cults. You know, places like Asterisk, Ilnana, things of that nature.
Nasty.
And how would you worship these cults? By like what the Saquon beautifully said, being nasty, and this is what's pushed on this world, being nasty, any capacity that you could be.
Because we're in Egypt.
Yeah.
Egypt was full of what? Those wicked ways, man. This is why we got to get out of here. Egypt was where you get dildos from. That origin of those were Egypt. Okay, the system that we live in is all rooted in Egypt, which is against our spirit. When you get the law, statutes, and commandments that were given unto us, they were what? Anti-Canaan, anti-Egypt, to keep us separated and holy, you see, from the ways of the wicked. So the Lord gave us laws, man. So now we live in a world that's engulfed with all of these particular idols, which marks as the new Egypt. So it has beguiled the souls of our people, man. So the Lord left an elect, but if the Lord didn't come get us, eventually we'd be devoured. Right. Go ahead.
That's the spirit. Matthew chapter 24, start at verse 20. But pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days should be shortened, shall be shortened. Now that proves what? That proves one thing. A couple things. One of the main things it proves is that Yahweh Shem Shai knows what we're up against. He's not confused. That's why it speaks about the treasure in earthen vessels. So he knows that we're up against a mountain. That's why he pushes us to cleave to him and not to ourselves. When you got other guys out there that's cleaving to themselves. So what are they going to do when our hell break loose? What are they going to do? Okay, they're going to fold. Okay, because it was not built for us to do this on our own. It was built for us to lean on Yahweh Shem Shai, cast our burdens on Yahweh Shem Shai, to gather spiritual strength from heaven, not earthly strength.
I got one real quick. 2 Peter chapter 2.
And if the Lord permits, we'll get into Exodus 14. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful chapter the apostle wanted to go into. But ultimately, we'll just flow in the spirit. And there was a question that somebody asked about, you know, being circumcised. So we'll deal with that as well. Lord willing, you know, you brothers and sisters be edified. You know, go ahead.
2 Peter chapter 2, verse 8 and 9, it says, for that righteous man dwelling among them, talking about Lot, And seeing and hearing vexes righteous souls.
See, when you read about Lot, you got to apply that to yourself. Don't just let these scriptures, like the Christian church, these things didn't mean nothing.
Right.
Lot means something. You're supposed to tie that to what you're going through.
Yep.
He was vexed with the filthy conversation. He was in Sodom. All right, those 5 cities, they was at their height at that point. So he was listening to all kind of nasty talk. And that's what now the Lord is allowing us to look into that hole, like it talks about in Ezekiel, the 8th chapter. We're looking into that hole. Even Israel, the 2/3 of the 2/3, even there's 2/3 in Israel, though. There's Israelites who are just completely wicked.
Yep. Gone.
Bringing the practices of the world, bringing the practices of Egypt, which that's Christianity. When you deal with Christianity, the roots of it is Babylonian, Egyptian customs, and merged in with the scriptures. You're seeing the same thing happen all over again.
Right.
And you brothers and sisters can't marvel at that as if the truth ain't the truth, because you got Jake reneging, talking about I'm no longer an Israelite, saying that the Israelites are crazy.
Right.
That's an aspect of being a follower of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
Yep.
The world's going to hate you, so prepare to be hated, prepare to be lied on, prepare to be mocked on a level that we haven't felt. Now, the Lord has prepared us through the whole great pedo thing.
Right.
That was the Lord preparing us for what's getting ready to happen. So the water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, we already kind of got a taste of being tied to something, because that's crazy to be tied to. But the Lord was preparing us for this bitterness we're getting ready to go through.
Right. Yeah.
Because the exodus out of this new Egypt is going to be bitter. Okay? But it's going to be sweet too.
Yeah.
Because the Lord is, we're going to another glory. We ain't going to be sitting doing videos for the rest of our time as Israelites.
Right.
That wasn't the Lord's intent. The videos, the preaching of the word was one aspect, one glory. We're getting ready to go to another glory through the Spirit. And you got to speak it, you got to believe it in order for you to be dealt with by the Lord, to be a part of it. If you don't believe it, if you doubt, if you docile, then you ain't going to see it.
Right.
Go ahead.
John chapter 15, starting at verse 14. Ye are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends.
Friends, the friends of Yahushua. You have particular spirits. You see, when you look at the man next to you, you got to understand that could be a spirit that was literally with Yahushua before the earth was created. Certain brothers' children that's being born, those are probably spirits that were with Yahushua from the foundation of the earth. And they had to be here. You see? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is working, this is a family reunion.
You gotta accept how the Most High wants it to be done.
So at the end of the day, this man, these could all be the Yahushua's friends. That's who's being sent to the nation of Israel to tell them the end is coming at the end. The friends of the Lord.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Okay? And you got to ask yourself, is your leader singing a new song? If they not, they ain't men of the Lord. Go ahead.
That's right. For all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
See? And he was with his men at that time. He opened their minds and breathed in them the Holy Spirit. Now he's on the right-hand side, sending down the understanding into starting with our apostles, bishops, elders, and the men that labored before them, which they never sold out. Okay, they stuck on the right path, man. Our apostles, bishops, and elders, they didn't take no bag. They didn't make this truth about cult of personality. They kept it about the truth. And it's paid off. It's worked. People call it dumb, low, stupid, boring. Now, it's the people are finding out that was the best way to go.
John, that's right.
The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua for leadership that didn't sell out, that didn't get weak, that didn't fold, because it's easy.
Simplicity in Yahushua.
They stuck to the simplicity in Yahushua, man. See, call hello Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. We're blessed beyond measure to have leaders that literally did the right thing, and I believe this is the house of David. Wholeheartedly. If you don't believe that, if you doubt that, pray. This is the house of David, man. The Lord said in the latter days, the tabernacle of David will be rebuilt as in the days of old. It's got to be somewhere. We can't sit here and be like, well, how about you? No, to the pure, all things are pure, but to them that are defiled, is nothing pure. We're not here with a gray area. We're not here with doubt. We're here to tell you the 100% truth of what the Lord gave us from the heavens.
Right, right.
And it's here. The truth is in the earth. If you follow the scriptures, man.
Time. Verse 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain.
See, as wicked as Israel would get, the Lord would always have his church set up, man. And they would bring forth fruit, the fruit meet for repentance, man. We're not here to boast in ourselves. We're not here to boast in these garments we got on, these fringes. We're here to uplift Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai.
That's right.
Okay? Go ahead.
That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, which proves you got to know the name, he may give it you. But you got to be bringing forth fruit. You got to be doing the work. He gave you the measure. He gave you the talent. Now you got to go let that light shine. Then when you pray and ask, you have the confidence. Why? Because you're doing what he told you to do.
Right.
Now he will answer you. Matter of fact,
We're asking for what the Lord wants. When we pray the Lord's Prayer, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven, we asking for what the Lord wants. You see? That's why it's coming to pass. You know?
Right.
We're doing what was taught.
Right. The new song. The new
Right.
song was given to speak the end into existence. When you read Revelation 13, John seen Revelation 13, the beast is planned. Then you got Revelation 14, which is the counter to that, which is the men of the Lord who have the new song going out to the highways and the byways in these videos proclaiming the end. Don't worship the beast, his image is marked. Fear Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's what we're doing.
That's right.
That new song was only given to the friends of Yahweh Shai. Now there's certain Israelites who have portions and it's cute, but in the grand scheme of things, it's only one truth. And this is what Jake don't want to accept.
right.
We're crazy enough to tell you, yeah, it's only one truth, man.
One way, one door.
One door.
That's it.
In the church of Yahweh Shai, what did he say in, somebody get Acts 1 and 8, Baba Kasha? Real quick. And then we'll deal with a few questions some brothers had, and then, you know, get into the lesson, you know.
This is Acts 1 and verse 8. It reads, "But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit."
Start at the verse before. What did they ask? Start at what they asked him.
Okay, verse 7.
You got the NLT?
6 probably.
I got it.
No, that's good. Jake never got there. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. This
You're on that King James kick.
Acts 1 and 6, all right, it reads, "When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?"
See, that was what the disciples were. They were telling, like, is the kingdom coming? And a lot of the Jews struggle with that follow Yahweh Shai. They wanted the end. They thought the end was coming at the end of that Rome. No, the end will come at the revival of Rome, which marks as the new spiritual Egypt. Go ahead.
Verse 7, "And he said unto them, It is not for you to know the times or the seasons which the Father hath put in his own power. But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you. And ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth."
Which is where we are now, in the uttermost parts of the earth. So, just like the elder was saying, when it's going to be the revival of Rome when the kingdom is going to be restored unto Israel. You see? And that's what it's all about. See, everybody want to do what they want to do instead of what the Lord wants. And the Lord is when has the Lord ever not gotten what he wanted? You see? Those friends, I would say those friends of Yahweh, those friends of Yahweh, because Jeremiah 3 and 15, it tells you that those pastors that after the Most High's heart, those are his friends. So Yahweh himself said, "These are my friends." Yahweh Shai said, "These are my friends." It's talking about the same group of people. You see? Is it more?
I want to read it in the NLT.
Baba Kasha.
It's Acts 1 and 7 in the NLT. It says, "He replied, the Father alone has the authority to set those dates and times. And they are not for you to know. But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you. And you will be my witnesses, telling people about me everywhere. In Jerusalem, throughout Judea, and in Samaria, and to the ends of the earth."
The ends of the earth. So the church of Yahweh Shai will be in the ends of the earth. Witnessing about Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Talking about the resurrection. Going into the Passover. Keeping the traditions. See? And ultimately uplifting the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
And being hated for it.
Yep. And those witnesses, when you go into that word, it goes into the faith being so genuine that they're willing to die for it.
Yep.
You see, if you're gonna eat lettuce instead of horseradish, you ain't willing to die for this thing. It is what it is. But that's what, the Lord is showing you who his men are. You see, he's showing you through the spirit, and then he's gonna show you once it gets physical. Okay, you got something?
Yeah, I go back to John 15, jump to verse 18. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you.
That's what I'm saying. They hated Yahweh so much that they chose Barabbas. It's the same group of people doing the same things. You see, we come in the stead of Yahweh and the apostles. You see, so the tribulation and the persecution, Yahweh already let us know that Jake was gonna act this way. That's why we ain't tripping.
Right.
You know, we just gonna. Our duty is to keep on teaching. Right. We witnessed it through our apostles and elders. You see, no matter what's been said, at the end of the day, they keep on teaching. You got it.
If you, verse 19, if you were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hate you.
You see, it's a distinction between the elect and the 2/3. Although it's all the same nation, some are going to be with it, which is the elect. Some are not going to be with it. That's why you guys, Zechariah 13, it says the 2/3 is going to be cut off and die. And just honestly on the cool, the 2/3 is going just as hard in wickedness as the elect is in righteousness. Right. That's the ultimate battle. And all this is going on while Esau is gearing up along with the other nations to bring in WW3. You see? So with all these moving parts, it's still our duty to stay in the spirit.
Right.
Right.
Now they'll talk about how GMS is the most hated group. Okay, great. We're supposed to be. They hated the prophets before us. They hated Yahushua. And with Yahushua's words, he said they're gonna hate you. Mm-hmm. So if you're saying we faith-based, though we must live by faith, the just shall live by faith. Most hate it. It lines up with prophecy.
Right. We're getting ready to be blamed for all of the world's problems. Specifically GMS.
Yeah.
As you can see, all of them, Sonnetter, IUIs, all of them abandoned. They're all banding together to say you niggas are the problem. Yeah. That's what you see happening. Because we have to drink of that cup.
Had no choice.
See? And there's no way around it. This is a part of the straight gate. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemiah Shah, we can't go no other way. If you want to be a follower of Yahweh Shai, it comes with it. We just witnessed our people choose Barabbas. Mm-hmm. Well, that was a taste of that was your stripe. See, Yahweh Shai has stripes, but we have to feel those stripes, but we feel them in the spirit. It says in Luke 22, ye have continued with me in my temptations, therefore I grant unto you a kingdom.
Right.
So it ain't just no thing where y'all believe. No, you have to go through it. Mm-hmm. You have to, you have to really feel if you're a follower of Yahweh Shai, because what was happening to the followers of Yahweh Shai on the Passover? They were being persecuted.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They damn sure wasn't auctioning off men and women to be married. Yeah. They damn sure wasn't selling the t-shirts and fringes.
Right. Having a party,
jumping up and down. They were heavy.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got something real quick. 1 Thessalonians chapter 1, verse 5 and 6. It says, for our gospel came not unto you in word only, but also in power and in the Holy Spirit and in much assurance, as ye know what manner of men we were among you for your sake. Verse 6. And ye became followers of us and of the Lord, having received the word in much affliction, with joy with joy of the Holy Spirit.
Because guess what? You gotta take the sufferings. It talks about you being settled in suffering. The Lord has to do that. Why? So that the outward man is going to perish and your inward man can get closer to him and grow. It can flourish. So that when all hell breaks loose, you're prepared. You're that tree with them deep roots. You one of them trees. You one of them with them deep roots. No matter what storm come through. Okay, it might hurt, it might sting, but you're still there.
Because see, Jake reneging. Yeah. The wind. See, Jake, a lot of you Israelites are trying to put yourself in the position to be accepted by Esau.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And loved by the world because you're like, oh shit, this comes with a lot. You telling Pharaoh he getting ready to fall.
Right.
And Esau got way more power than Pharaoh did. Esau is on another level with the blessings he's been given. Yeah. See, the magic and stuff Pharaoh was able to do, Esau is doing that on a whole nother level. Yep. You see? And we're before Pharaoh telling him he gonna fall. So Jacob's like, oh shit. Damn. I love white people.
Scared.
This is a Hebrew Israelite, hateful.
They scared. They scared.
And that's the thing. You can't run. You can't run. You see, it's already out there. You see, just because you don't believe, just because you don't believe that the judgment is coming, or just because you try to shy away from it, don't mean it's gonna stop.
You still gonna have to suffer. You're gonna have to go through the straight gate.
Yep.
Everybody gonna go through the straight gate. But it's just what is your mindset going through it,
Right.
and that's going. A lot of people gonna bow. Look for a lot of Israelites to bow. When the jab came out, Israel bowed. A lot of these niggas bowed. So a lot of these Israelites are gonna accept of the New World Order. And if you taught the children of Israel to take that jab, you're wicked.
Very wicked.
And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is gonna judge you. If you told the children of Israel to go take that juice, you're wicked. Right? Because ultimately you're preparing our people to what? Bow the knee to the image of Baal. What does it say in Exodus, 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter? My people are led as a flock to the slaughter, man. And you aided in it?
Right. Yeah. And the shepherds pitting them not.
Right. Right. Now, there was something I know the Apostle Ricard, I know you wanted to deal with. There was a question, but he probably,
I got
Yeah, go ahead.
St. John 15:2. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit is
Tell them
taken
brothers
away.
make sure
And every
they voice
branch
ain't
that
picking
beareth
on the camera.
fruit, he purchased it that it may bring forth more fruit. Going to what you just brought out.
Right, suffering, because think about it. You want that crown, don't you? Jake want to sit at the table with Yahweh Shai. Do you know who that is?
Well, we can bring the camera up here and tell.
And that's why it says, blessed he that readeth. Because when you read, you understand, oh, we do have to suffer. It reminds you over and over again. That's why that's why I said, blessed he that readeth. Because you're going to run across those scriptures that remind you, this ain't no party. You're going to have to suffer. He suffered. You want to be glorified with him when he come? Well, you're going to have to suffer and walk that walk. Yahweh sent him, he sent you. What you going to do? You got to go through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
We have no choice. And Yahweh Bashim Yahushua set up us great leaders to tell us that from the beginning. They didn't sugarcoat anything. So we understood that it was a straight gate, even though we had to experience it to understand it deeper through experience. You know,
that's what makes roots grow deeper when you study a tree or plants, is when it's going through something.
right.
Like if it's going through heavy winds or tribulation, the tree will instinctively grow its roots deeper so it can be more stable.
Right. The olive tree's roots are so deep that it can even survive a fire. So a fire can hit, and it may burn down a portion of it, but it's so deeply rooted in the soil, the roots, that it can regrow even after a fire. That's why the Lord likens us to an olive tree. There's particular oil in the olive tree that's fire resistant.
Yeah,
So ultimately, it won't destroy the tree,
that's right.
and that's the elect. You know?
That's right. I got this real quick. This is This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 2. Because we're talking about mindset ultimately, and you see there's opposing mindsets that are going out there. Pretty much everybody's opposed to Great Millstone, which this is the school of the prophets.
That's it.
And what we're teaching is to get ready for Jacob's trouble, and to get your faith game up, and to put it out there of the confession of the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, that you may be covered.
That's right.
While everybody else wants to play house in Babylon and pretend like they have all these happy marriages and whatever is going on in their daily life, like this is it. We're telling you, forget all that, because that's what the scriptures say.
Right, and it's nothing wrong if you have a union with your woman and y'all enjoy each other's company and it's fun. We ain't saying you got to go home and kick over the steak and be an asshole, but you have to. Even Neely Fuller, he understood that really you don't have a true marriage in the system of white supremacy.
Right.
You're not the role we play here is not really the role of a man. We're little children trying to get a little cheese off the trap so we don't get trapped in the trap. You sneaking, you running around, hiding who you really are. It's not conducive to life.
Right.
So you're not really you're a prisoner.
Right.
So you have to look at your marriage in perspective.
That's right.
There's nothing wrong that y'all are cool and you really have this is fun to you. You know what I'm saying? You have certain women, you have connections. There's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep it in perspective. You know what I'm saying?
This ain't living.
Right.
This is just a passing through point. You got to remind yourself of that. Check yourself.
Right.
Right? Ecclesiastes 7:2 says, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting." And that's what they want you to do. They want you to go to the house of feasting, merriment and joy. So you put off the coming of the day of the Lord, and you focus on that sandwich and the music and all the other BS. You know.
Yeah, the simplicity in your Hawashai is the best for now.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll get greater later, like Devin the Dude said. You see? It's going to get greater later. So we suffer now. We have our daily bread. You know, you have a marriage, so-called, you take care of your business, you do what you got to do to the best of your ability. And you put this, you know what I'm saying? Everything else will work itself out.
That's right.
We're not here to be father of the year, husband of the year.
That ain't what we're here for.
Sometimes you wish you could, but it ain't really like that. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that we're pilgrims. What is a pilgrim? Somebody get a pilgrim in the second Esdras, and then somebody get in Peter where it say abstain from things that fleshly lust. Because we're in the flesh. The flesh is meant to relax. The flesh is meant to enjoy. The flesh is meant to prosper, and you know what I'm saying? That's the flesh.
Okay.
But the spirit is contrary to the flesh, because Yahushai denied his flesh. As Adam, he fell into his fleshly lust. As Solomon, he fell into his fleshly lust. But as Yahushai, he gave the whole life up to the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what we have to focus on right now.
Okay.
Enjoyment and happiness and all of that, that's an aspect of life, yes. But this ain't the time for that. So you keep whatever you have in perspective.
Just want to keep it.
Yep.
It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. Why? Because you're in a more disciplined mindset to accept wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. That's right. All right, and accept things for what it is. The heart of the wise.
That don't mean you in a corner looking like Tim Dog.
Yeah. You know.
Like, remember brothers went out with Asha Allah, he's sitting in the corner with a black woman. Why you go out?
Yeah.
That don't mean, you know what I'm saying? But there's a vibration, man. You got to be, you know.
Mm-hmm. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
If you got wisdom, you're looking at this world like this is out of order. Everything you see, usually, now that you got the wisdom, you understand because the laws was the Lord reintroducing himself to that chosen lineage. So what he did was gave us an insight onto what Adam was doing, what Adam was given. That's what the laws were. He gave us an insight onto what he required, how he works, how he wants the earth to be ran. It was an insight. The law was kind of like an insight into the mind of the Lord. So now that we have an insight into the mind of the Lord, we look into the world and we're like, oh, this is out of order.
Jacked up. Yeah.
We're judges now.
Right.
This is why we so hard on Alazar, because we're actual judges.
Yeah.
It's true.
We're not, you know what I'm saying? We ain't just no regular civilians in the fight like y'all.
Yeah.
We're actually judging matters.
Yeah. The scriptures say to not to spare the rod for your children.
Right.
You see, when you got badass kids like Alazar that have not gone, they never got a whooping. They can't be admonished or rebuked. They're badass kids, and you see it. That's why you got ultra light skin talking about I just don't like the way it tastes. I like lettuce.
Yeah, I don't want no
That
horse. I don't want bitter.
You know, they're real weak, faggoty spirit, man.
Yeah, that shit.
And
You ain't no leader.
we ain't in the time of that soft, sweet, sugar plum spirit, man.
Yeah, Hassad.
You know?
But he's a leader.
Yeah.
So the bitterness I don't eat bitter herb because it's bitter. I'll eat lettuce. So you at the camp with a lettuce lamb wrap.
Yeah.
Now, at the end of the day, we're rehearsing, but the mindset behind that.
Right. Yeah.
We're not saying because we eat bitter herb, we're going to be saved above you.
It's a mindset.
It's a mindset.
Right.
Nigga, you're supposed to, the bitter herb is eaten on the Passover for the purpose of remembering the bitter captivity.
That's right.
And ultimately, the bitter captivity we're going through now.
Yeah. You know,
The
like,
past 3 weeks, of what's been going on with this whole thing started with a fucked up mindset. We could possibly be here for 1,000 more years. That's
After
a
that,
fucked up mindset.
The Lord was like, enough of you niggas.
And,
Yeah, shut up.
now that the floodgates are open, Jake can't take it.
Yeah.
yeah. Because
They not judges.
Jake acts like a kid with daddy issues, man. He just don't like the way it tastes.
Rebellious
You sound like a bitch. And no one's told you that.
Right.
You know, no one's told you, hey man, you sound like a little old bitch.
That's Alazar's fruit.
Right.
That's the fruits of Alazar. Someone who's like, oh, I don't want any bitter herb because it's nasty. Bitter, see, a lot of people don't understand that, and the brother Kanak, he's over there, but bitters are important for the body.
Right.
Everything ain't supposed to be sweet. There's particular herbs the Lord put in the earth that are bitter, that the back of your tongue is waiting on that bitter taste so that it can start to function and secrete mucus through your intestines, and so that your body can flow. You need bitter. Bitter is needed, but Jake don't want the bitter. That's why Hassad would say, I don't want them all. Bitter is good for you. You're not, everything ain't supposed to, we've been taught as Israelites that everything's supposed to be pleasing to the taste. That ain't how the Lord operates. There's bitters in the earth. You gotta, this walk through America was, what does America mean? Amargo means bitter.
Right.
So there's a bitter aspect to this walk.
Yeah.
So the bitterness open up your taste buds.
Right.
So eating up the whole roll, open up our taste bud on a spiritual level. Now we see things.
Yeah.
They haven't eaten the whole roll.
Yeah.
So they add to bitters also, they contribute to destroying like diseases as well. And these jakes, they got the mindset of disease. You know, they disease, so that's why they don't want the bitters ultimately, man. Yeah. Bitters are good for you. They clean your system.
Right.
You know?
And they expose, that would expose them. You were
Right.
saying something earlier about how the bitters, man, they exposes them. You can expound on it. If you
Well,
want.
you know, I was just thinking about when in the scripture in the book of Numbers it talks about if a woman, if her husband is thinking that she's committing adultery, and the priest, what they give her is that bitter water, right, to see if she's truthful or not. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these guys, they don't want to. They running from that bitter water because really, you know, as we're the wives to Yahweh Shai, a lot of these guys will get exposed by the bitters. They get exposed by those waters. Yeah, cottage cheese style. It will rot out. The scriptures talk about it. It will rot out.
Yep.
You know.
Stink.
Yeah. So you know, you liken the waters to the spirit, man. Things are try us out to see if we're fornicating against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So if you had a woman and you think that she's messing around on you, you take her to before the priest, and the priest bringing out that bitter water, and she's like, I just don't like the way it tastes. Can you bring the lettuce water?
I bet you know.
She'd be like, bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Busted.
You know,
Being caught.
and so
Right. You find out the bitch got an OnlyFans page.
Right, and that's a lot of these guys in the spirit. A lot of these guys are OnlyFans gimmick prophets.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, they're the whore. They're whores.
Yep.
They're like they open their leg for any and everything.
Yep, they don't cry out.
Right. So guess what? When our hell break loose and they get very, very bitter, they're not prepared because their mentality is already weak. They have a leader that's teaching them that. So they ain't prepared for anything dirty. Anything rough.
Right.
Anything harsh that they got to have faith through. See, that's why it says the just shall live by faith. Because what you're going to see is going to be messed up. We're going to see more and more messed up things. So our mindset is very important. Very, very important. If you're a leader, you got to teach. You got to teach your man that. Those who believe in his truth.
Yeah, man. So you gotta check your spirit, man. A lot of stuff, everybody, GMS is so mean, bro. Y'all need dads, man. Like you can tell Jake need a daddy, man. And for those that have children that want to be something, do you let up whenever they say they don't want to? No. They're children.
Right.
You know? I was like, if I see my son whining on the field, I get pissed off. I don't like that. Man up. Get up. Go harder. Same thing with my daughter. I'm patty cake with my daughter like that. Love my daughter. Yeah, I made an A. Good. That's what you're supposed to be. You ain't supposed to be a dumbass.
Right.
Oh my gosh. No, man. Guys, man, when we get on Al-Azhar and these other people, I don't think about Al-Azhar in my day-to-day life. I don't give a shit about him.
Hell no.
But if it comes out that he's getting popped up the ass by his woman, I'm going to say something. You got the whole nation of Israel acting like faggots over this guy, man. Leave him alone. He repented. No, he didn't, man.
Because why did the Lord allow that? Is what you got to look into.
All of a sudden, open rebuke is now hating and mean, and you can't do it no more because it makes him feel bad. Right. He should feel bad.
Right. Yep.
Especially as you as a chief priest.
And he needs to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And all of you guys that's supporting that weirdo sadistic behavior need to shut the fuck up, man.
All of y'all.
Cheers to that family.
Cheers.
And you guys don't want no bitter until it comes. The bitterness, the real bitterness is going to come, and you guys are not going to be spiritually and mentally prepared for it, man. You guys think that you can go in the ring without sparring days, without heavy road work. You can just watch YouTube and watch some fighting videos, and then you're going to go into a championship level fight. What do you think the Most High is preparing us for? Why are we doing this? The Most High don't need no run-up, build-up time. We're going through this for a purpose.
That's right. Now I have the word for bitter for you in the Hebrew. It's marar. So that's where you get the word myrrh. And that's ultimately one of the root words of the word amarga, amargo. America means bitter. So the word mar, all right, night mar, when you look at mare or mar, it means something bad that happened to you at night. So it's a bad experience you had at night. Night mare, mar. So America is bitter. Egypt represented a bitter situation for the Israelites. So marar, to be bitter, to show bitterness. Now Mary or Miriam could mean bitter or rebellious. See that? Embittered oneself, to be enraged. This is bitter for a spiritual man. Now I know you had something here.
Right. So I went to Grunt, and you know, I like messing with Grunt.
Wow, that's the little homie.
Yeah, that's a little homie.
Yeah.
Because you got a nigga in the world that have a hookup on the alcohol. Yeah, I know you're Teddy. You know, we get the alcohol from Teddy.
Yeah.
Well, we go to Grunt.
Yeah, he's just
or chat GPT to get historical points. Go ahead.
And flip it back, Esau. I put in what are the benefits of bitter herbs. Said this.
Make sure y'all take up the bitter herbs.
Oh yeah, we've been eating it. We've been eating it the whole time.
Okay.
We've been eating it the whole time.
Oh, my nose hurt gone.
Yep. We ain't fucking with the lettuce.
You got the
We
lettuce.
ain't doing lettuce wrap. Lettuce wraps ain't on the Passover menu. No, yeah, like Hassad, weak
Yeah, it
ass.
make his pussy itch.
He make light skinned brothers look weak, man. See, the light skinned brothers had their time. But now it's time for us, you know, the Idris Elba look. But you make brothers, the light skinned brothers.
Nice dark brown, right?
Yeah, man. You got the all the light skinned brothers in the camp.
Hey, we talking about how like ultimately these guys don't want to deal with the bitter.
They don't want to.
Because the bitter is what's needed for life, for ultimately for us to get where we want to go. And Jake, bitterness and nasty test, nasty.
Yeah. What's that?
That's why they don't want to deal with the law. And when we bring it out for what it is, they don't want to deal with it because it's the bitterness of the Bible.
They don't want to hear. No, I was thinking, what's that little boosie where he's like, "Come on now, dog. Come on, man. That's why all the light skinned brothers in the camp when they heard her side, they were like, "Come on now."
Because there was Albie Shore, you know what I'm saying? For a while you had Zabak, you know, but now
no, okay.
Hey man, you guys got it, man. You guys got it, man. See you brothers doing like whatever through the spirit of y'all about whatever y'all picked up from us. But to see this, man,
It's beautiful.
it's beautiful, man.
It's the continuation of the truth.
Man.
Yeah, this is my first Passover away from on top.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we going through the bitter the right way.
That's right.
We ain't trying to, we ain't taking no
Lettuce
lettuce wrap. We going through the bitter the right way. Now the brother is looking up
Yeah.
digestive health just for you brothers, because another aspect of this new year, because the Passover is the
It's a
14th
reset.
day of the new year, we got to get healthy, man. We got to start making sure, because the world is different. So the bitters ain't bad. So that was the Lord put a spirit on that dude to say that. But now we can use it to edify the flock, because bitters are very necessary for the body. Everything ain't about pleasing
Yep.
to the taste.
Because, and that's another example of poor leadership. Because even if you don't like the way it tastes and the way that you present and say what you say, it's going to affect the flock.
Yeah.
So when you get on camera and you act like a bitch, you basically encourage bitch assness to the flock. I don't like the way it tastes. So now that energy,
That's an energy. That's a vibration.
goes to the flock. The rest of the flock is like, yeah, I don't like the way it tastes either. So they all turn into pussies.
Yeah, sometimes you'll be wondering why your woman is in such a fucked up spirit,
Yeah.
but then it'd be you.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why she,
That's why she acting like that. I've been acting like a bitch.
Yep.
So now she
Right. That's
bringing it back
sometimes.
on me.
It's not every time, you know.
Hey, your son eats the bitter.
Right.
How old is he?
Our children eat bitters.
Yeah. My daughter, I said,
We got them passing it out.
it's so funny. My wife asked my daughter. She was like, "Do you want to eat lettuce instead?" My daughter said, "So what? We're gonna cheat?" She had
even understand.
she had more.
It's just one moment.
That's all it is.
You ain't even gotta keep eating it. Just
They gonna kill you. My nephew back there, I'll miss one's head, man. Go ahead, man.
Yeah.
he's you know what I'm saying? He's hardcore, more hardcore than a guy who talks about he's on the front line of Israel.
Yeah. That's why I said they never should have took bullying out of school.
Right.
They never should have took
Now
it out of school.
let's read this real
I'm
quick.
gonna read this.
We're gonna
is
read this, brothers, real quick.
All right, so this, I said, what are the benefits of bitter herbs? It says bitter herbs, as referenced in the context of the Passover, Exodus 12 and 8, and various traditional practices typically include plants like horseradish, endive, sesame, dandelion, show thistle, parsley, among others.
No, wait a minute. Did they have romaine lettuce in there?
Yeah,
No
man.
romaine
Well,
lettuce.
that's what the gutter rats do.
Yeah.
All right.
And we understand that we're rehearsing,
Good.
but it's really a mindset behind that. That exposed. See, everything is being exposed through Yahweh Shai has said the intents, the hearts of intents of men will be made manifest. So we take note of. We look at everything. We see a bus drive by with 444, and we call it. We look at everything, man.
That's how you're supposed to
We
be.
in this thing for real. We ain't playing with this thing.
Circumspect.
Right. We looking at these guys. If you say something, I'm listening to you.
And that's responsibility. Their use in the Passover meal symbolizes the bitterness of slavery in Egypt. But beyond their symbolic role, many bitter herbs have documented health benefits rooted in their phytochemical content. Here's a breakdown of the general benefits drawing from both traditional use and modern understanding. Digestive health, stimulation of digestion. Bitter herbs activate the bitter taste
Now,
receptors in the
Hanak can
mouth.
come help us. You know what I'm saying? I want that brother to come kind of speak on it too.
Oh,
Yeah, just kind of, let that brother. Now, the nation of Israel, yeah, it's an order. The nation of Israel is clogged up.
you've been summoned.
Man.
The nation of Israel, the nation of Israel has came into Babylon, which is the new Egypt, and taken on some very wicked practices, man, that have clogged us up.
Yeah.
So now the Lord has given us this captivity to basically loosen the bowels, and so some of this wickedness can sort of flow out of us, man. And you need bitters for that. Now, You want to keep reading, or you want?
Right. I'm just gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna name them and then you can expound. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So it says digestive health, stimulation of digestion.
Right, and what it means by stimulation of digestion, when your body tastes the bitter principles, right, things are turned on, things are activated, meaning hydrochloric acid is starting being pushed out, enzymes are starting to be made, the stomach starts to move, starts to work, so it's going to kickstart digestion, especially in America. We're being attacked through our digestion. Nutricide, which is death by nutrition. So Esau, he attacks it, he takes the minerals, he takes the enzymes, the vitamins out, he processes it. So when you eat it, those things are actually supposed to stimulate digestion. You don't have bitter, when you look at any culture, they have bitter foods with their meals. They're always eating the bitter food, they're always eating the sour food. Sour foods also stimulate digestion, like your probiotics.
Mm-hmm.
But when you eat something bitter, things turn on. If your stomach is stagnant, you have indigestion or whatever, gas, that means you're not able to process food. Mm-hmm. So now you take the bitter, things turn on. It starts boom, 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 it starts working, right? It's like a kickstart. Then you get better digestion. Things start to flow, get out of the body. And most people have disease because everything is stuck in the body, congestion. So
All right. It says relief from bloating and indigestion.
Well, there you go. Relief from bloating and indigestion. Why? Because it turns on, it gets things going, right? If you're eating processed food, you're eating bullshit that lacks enzymes, that lacks minerals, that lack the right building principles of digestion, right? Then the food is going to sit there and it's going to ferment, and then you're going to get bloating, and then you're not moving your bowels, right? You're not using the bathroom correct, every day. Those things build up, and what do? You get bloating, you get gas, you get acid that build back up, acid reflux, right? But very simple, like something like horseradish, eating that daily with meals, which horseradish also breaks down proteins. So you have certain herbs also that are bitter, but they also are pungent as well. They'll help break down food, especially proteins in the body, which especially red meats are very heavy to digest. So they sit in the system and they putrefy.
So just imagine all of the stuff Israel's been through is just sitting in our system.
Mm-hmm.
So the bitter, Lord gave us this bitter as a means to acknowledge, damn, we messed up.
Right.
Yep. That's why it says, in their affliction they shall seek me early. The bitterness makes you consider why is this happening?
Right.
What is the most I want? Because I want to get out of this,
Right, well, what is that, Ecclesiastes 7 chapter, the house of sorrow.
Yep, that's what, yep.
Through the sorrowness of the heart, the mind is made better.
Mm-hmm.
That bitterness. Because now it's time to reflect and to think about these different things. Change your diet, that's part of it too. Right. That weighs down on you. Okay, go ahead.
I got one for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Psalms 119 and 71, NLT. My suffering was good for me, for it taught me to pay attention to your decrees.
There you go. I mean, that's clear. You really have to break that down. Right. But especially if Jacob gets fucked up in the stomach, so that's where you pretty much interact and you put things into your body. That's the stomach is like the Esau called the second brain, but it also like symbolize your lust, and and symbolize your heart, your greed, you just excess, and that gets backed up and you get fucked up. So what do you have to do? Well, you have to go to the bitters. You got to start eating bitter foods. You see what I'm saying? When you go into all cultures, they always have a bitter food before digestion. Fermented food and bitter foods, which those are different taste buds that activate certain things. Here in America, which is salty and sweet, and savory. You through. Things are not moving. Things get backed up. Brain fog. Where does that start? It starts in the stomach. Okay, you get sick all the time. Where does that start? It starts in the stomach. Low energy, fatigue. Where does it start? It starts in the stomach. Everything starts in the stomach.
Well, you have a brother on the comment board saying, I've been suffering from stomach issues since last October, but this Passover I ate the bitter herbs and it helped. So what are some bitters he can probably get?
Right, well, horseradish. Dandelion greens.
Right.
Aloe vera. Dandelion root, gentian root, chicory root, bitter melon you get at the grocery store, right? You can get ginger.
And you can also make your own tinctures, make your own medicine.
Soursop?
Soursop, I'm not really too, I don't know about soursop.
Hey, can I give a testimony though? This brother right here, Kanak, the elder Kanak here, you know, he's been working closely with the Apostle Ramla. But of course, since he's been here, which is my man, I hung out with him when I was back in the Bay. I was back in Oakland and Oaktown, right?
My town.
When I hung out with this brother in Oaktown, you know, I was mad because you wasn't there. Yes, but how many years ago was that? Goddamn, 7 or 8 years ago. I was in Oaktown. I was out in Oakland, and I was in San Fran. I was in the Bay Area. I hung with this brother, and my health was all fucked up at that time. Which I ain't gonna get all into that. Y'all know.
Right, but you've been good lately. You've been good since you.
Brother Ariana, my brother, man. That's why I use myself as a testimonial. I was fucked up. That was about 10 years ago, maybe. You know, I had just turned 40.
Damn.
You know, and my health was fucked up. I'm 52 years old now, but like 10 years ago or whatever, I thought I was gonna die. Like I really thought I was going in the spirit world. I was like, whatever, man. You know, that's what I'm not remembering. I was going through it, bro. Blood pressure issues. And I know why, because I was wilding out. But no, the funny part was I was working out and training and doing, but my diet wasn't right. My diet wasn't right. And you know me, y'all know me, I like to drink. I still drink. But now I balance it out a little bit better. You know, but I ended up in the hospital a couple of times, man. You know, my blood pressure was through the roof. The other Ariana know, right? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna die. You know, that's back when this nigga was still on the artist formerly known as Element.
And you was eating them avocados every day.
I was eating avocados.
Yep. Every day.
I was doing them with the Apostle Ramla here. Told me to do that, and it helped. I thought I was going to have a massive heart attack and drop dead, whatever.
We put you on a hawthorn.
Well, that's where you brothers come in.
Right.
These elders right here, Elder Yashimamba Ariella, and at the time the artist formed, but he didn't do.
Well, we didn't even have too much of the knowledge of the roots and herbs. I'm coming more into a level now, you know, listening to this brother and studying, but
y'all had enough.
Right.
Remember, bro, I never forget. I was at that time. I was going through it. You know, the artist formerly known as Element. He was still there. But remember, the elders, they would always, remember, y'all had the annual. What was that? It was around this time of year. Y'all would always come to New York. Around this time of year, or a little before or after.
Yeah, we were coming like October.
Yeah, Dallas would always come to New York. It was an annual event. They would always come, the elders, right? So around that time of year, they came, and you know, the Elder Ariana, Dr. D over there, they would come, and I was going through my issues, and we went to the health food store over there in Connecticut. I know right there, Stratford, Connecticut, right? And you know, he put me on the herbs, and I started doing it. But the main thing that he said to me was, you know, he's like, hey man, he's like, hey elder man, look, you do this, do that, do this, do that, but overall, it's prayer.
prayer.
That's what this man Ariana said to me.
Yep, prayer and lifestyle change.
That was it, lifestyle change. You gotta do what you gotta do. And I followed that regimen. I followed that regimen, man. I did what the man told me to do. And you know what? It helped.
Yeah, I remember you lost like 40, 50 pounds.
Right, because it's about behavior patterns. Some people try to focus on the Lord don't work like that. You have to actually apply. Even as truth, the bitterness we go on, it's a healing process. It's going how the Lord, it ain't something you take one pill and you feel. No, you have to actually.
Ain't no Ozempic for the truth.
Right, ain't no Ozempic for the truth. You have to actually apply this thing and change your behavior patterns. Your behavior patterns then will change to you changing, to you healing. It ain't no one that I'm gonna do this 1 week. I'm gonna go on a diet. You know, you have to change your diet. You have to live a healthier life. You have to start to look at yourself. This is the temple of the Lord. So I'm serving the Lord in this temple. Let me do the best I can to it with what I have.
I got one real quick. Titus 2:7. It says, "In all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, in doctrine showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you." But the reason why I want to bring that out is because like you mentioned the word pattern. See, like when somebody says, "Oh, I'm about to go on a diet," somebody will say, "I'm going on a diet, and it's going to be for a week, and then the next week you go back to that bullshit." You see, your diet should be your lifestyle. Right. You see what I'm saying? The things that you eat, the things that you do, your exercise. It shouldn't just be, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go on a diet, and I'm gonna run 4 miles this week, and that's gonna be it." And then you go right back to the same BS that you was doing before, man. Your diet should be a lifestyle change. So, taking these scriptures and applying it to your life, that's a life change. See what I'm saying?
Yep. The truth in health can't be different anymore.
Right.
You have to start now. Of course, we ain't gonna get it perfect, and of course, we're leaning on Yahweh Shai. The scriptures say bodily exercise profiteth little, but little with the Lord is good.
Right.
He gave us, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you pray, but you have to start looking at your health as the truth as well.
Yeah.
And sometimes brothers get them demons on them. This is burdensome, but once you start feeling better, it's not. Because why you want to walk around feeling and looking all fucked up?
Yeah, man.
You know? And when you look up the word diet in the etymology, it's way of life.
Wow. There you go.
Wow.
Look at
Hey,
that.
the word health means whole.
Right.
The body's whole, you're healthy. That's
Yeah.
pretty much what healthy means. Whole.
Oh,
It means everything's working in the proper function.
right.
You know? So every part of the body is working.
Yeah.
I mean, it ain't gonna be 100%.
Nope.
Because Yahweh Shai said he's gonna come with healing with wings. But at the end of the day, we're doing the best that we can with these broken down bodies till he gets back. Give us a new one. Shit, we ready for that.
You
That's
ready?
right, that's right.
So it's beautiful, man.
Check this out. It says, what is the biblical diet called? The biblical diet, the Daniel fast.
Wow. Oh, yeah, and if I could say this too, because Daniel didn't really go on fast.
Right.
Fast
Right.
is an actual absence of food and water, right? It's an absence. That was his diet.
That was that.
Because it was a test. He did the test that, hey, look, I'm going to eat this 10 days. But around 10 days, when you do anything around 10 days, you're going to see if it was a benefit or not. Right? You go on a cleanse or a fast, or whatever you want to call it. Around 10 days, it's like a shift in the body. It's like you can really feel it. Like, okay, man, I'm feeling different. That means keep going.
Keep going.
You see what I'm saying?
That's what it's no longer a burden when you feel better. It's like, you should want to feel better.
Right.
Yeah, because you got to look at health as long term. So your diet has to be, if you're on a good diet, meaning your lifestyle is conducive to healing, then you're going to feel good. If your lifestyle is conducive to acid and it's parasitic, and it's conducive to mold and yeast, and just bad behavior, and just your mind racing all the goddamn time, bloated all the time. How can you live a good life, you bloated all the time?
You irritated, but you got to deal with people.
You trying to do a video, and you bloated out of control.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, the Lord can still work through you. Absolutely.
Damn.
But we have things set in place to help us out.
Can I say this? Why do y'all think Big Shirley and all them act the way they act?
Backed up.
Man, they all back.
Yep.
Why do you think they act? Big Shirley, Pookie, whatever.
toxic.
You know, Jake. Why y'all think they behave the way they behave? Because their body is all fucked up, so that it affects your mental state. Yes, it does.
Yep.
Oh, Apostle, can I say one thing, Flock?
No, you got it, man.
Also, the bitters, I'm not sure if they'll go into that. A lot of the bitter herbs are anti-parasitic as well.
It goes into it.
Oh, okay, Flock.
No, say what you want to say.
I was
Come
going
on.
to say a lot of the bitter herbs also, well, they these are called anesthetic, which are anti-parasitic herbs.
Yep.
So you'll take these different herbs, not because you have stomach issues now, because the herbs, it's not just a bitter does one thing. A bitter does multiple things. It works on your circulation. It works on digestion. It works on your heart. It works on a full system but it's directed towards the stomach. But the bitter energy moves things down, right? It moves things down, so it moves things out of the body. See what I'm saying? It moves things out of the body, which those are the toxins. But also, it kills the parasites. Because you got to think about it, parasites are there for a reason. Most created parasites. So you're going to pick up parasites. That's just the way that things go. But the Lord also, He set up different herbs that you're supposed to eat in your diet, right? To be anti-parasitic, right? And a lot of those herbs are bitter herbs. So over time, you pick up parasites, and you've fucked up in the head, you can't sleep, your back hurt, your kidney, your liver, this, that, you're bloating, but you're not eating no herbs to combat.
I got one for you.
Go ahead.
Sirach 38:4. This is Elder Menathe Zakba. Shalom.
Shalom.
The Lord,
Soldier.
yep. The Lord have created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Well, yeah, because the majority of the Americans, the standard American diet, which is also known as SAD, right? The standard American diet is void of medicine. It's processed. You have medicine right there at your grocery store. You have dandelion greens, you have ginger, you have turmeric, you got a lot of inflammation in your body. Turmeric is right at the grocery store. It's right there, knock that bitch out.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Garlic would kill parasites. It would help. I mean, it's not medical advice.
Right, it's just in the news.
Circulation, cholesterol. Get your it'll boost your health and just in general. Horseradish is right at the grocery store.
And if something is like the brother said, he has stomach issues, well, you got to start looking at what you're eating too. And there's certain things you may like that may work against you. So that's an aspect of discipline to where it's something that you may enjoy, but you got to give it up. I loved me some cheese. I loved me some sour cream and cheese on a burrito, but there came a point where this is killing me. So there's a lot, that you're going to have to give up too. As a sacrifice, and that's part of bitterness too.
One more, I always forget.
Yeah.
We used to be rolling. I was taco. Oh, remember that taco spot?
Man, we had to give it
By
up.
the camp. Every Friday night, we knew that. I love that spot.
What's the trump?
Y'all know that motherfucking
Yep.
goddamn spot
Yep.
down there.
Yep.
Motherfuckers over there.
You gotta sue their
I
ass.
like that spot. I love going to the food. Be good as a motherfucker, right? Every Friday night, y'all know. Two brothers in the camp, though. Every Friday night, spot. Right?
They loved us too. We was
They
tipping.
loved us too, right? But that's when I lived in
Somebody give me some
Bread.
water.
Yeah.
Every
Me too.
Friday night, I ride one bar.
Red water.
That's when I lived around the corner from one bar. And me and one bar drive, and he'd be okay driving home. He'd be okay. And the next day I hit him and he'd go, hey, man, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, drink. Yeah.
No,
The tacos.
That
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
at that spot. The taco, y'all know the taco spot. Yo, but I'm fucked up. The elder be sick. So like the elder guys want me to say, hey, like you get to a point now.
Right. There's certain things that you enjoy that work against you.
Yeah.
And that's a part of discipline. So coming into this new year, the new year is for you have to have a new mindset. We're not in the 80s, 90s. This is a different time. Things are weaponized against you. So you can't spend the whole day eating like you used to. You have to start putting a regimen of fasting. It can be for certain hours. I'm not eating for these certain hours. That's called intermittent fasting. Some days you do hardcore fast. Some days you do water fast. However you do it, but you have to implement these things but you also got to change what you actually do eat. And again, a lot of brothers and sisters feel like, oh, that's a lot. But once you start feeling the benefits,
That's right.
and you wake up with a clear head. Again, some brother put this on the comment board. It says, accountability spirit. There you go. Health and good estate of the body are above gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. Sirach 30 and 15.
30, yeah.
So again, you building. So you want to feel as best as you can, to the best of your ability. We ain't saying go crazy, but if you really apply the Lord, like the Apostle Rakad, you was giving that testimony. You're taking the tinctures now, and you starting to see, oh shit, this discipline, oh, it works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
I'm looking up, since this brother, the elder Kanaki had been here, like I already was doing my stuff, but now with the tensions that he's been bringing, bro, it's on another level.
It's on another level.
Yeah.
It's on
AIDS.
a whole other level now, man. I'm feeling young again.
It's a help me.
Let's go, John. Do you want me to keep reading this?
Well, I know the apostle was supposed to say, then we
This
give
is
that.
Genesis 3:18. This is the Lord, after Adam went off, he said, thorns and thistles, thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth in the earth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. Because that's part of the medicine. The herb of the field is part of the medicine.
That's right.
And then there's a way to eat that Jake don't know how to eat. They just start shoving stuff down their throat without getting there. Like you heard the elder break it down. Pretty much those bitters help pretty much prepare your body for digestion. They just start just shoveling shit down their throat. Burgers.
Smell
all
good,
kinds of
eats
stuff
good, it tastes good.
without prepping their body. And what do you think that's going to do? Yeah, it tastes good. It tastes good as hell. I'll tear me up a burger right now without any bun. Of course. But it's not beneficial. There's a saying, live to eat, don't eat to live.
Right.
Right. And pretty much that's what it is. It's like you gotta make better decisions. At the end of the day, you control what goes in your mouth.
Right.
So your health issues is because of things that you're putting in your mouth. You're not putting forth the discipline, to try to get better. Now, at least if you're doing something about it, then it's going to be a road to
It's a
recovery.
fight, yes, a
But at
fight.
the end of the day, if you just keep shoveling down the shit in there that got you where you at, it's just going to get worse and worse because the clogging is going to get worse and worse. You're going to be backed up. When you backed up, the intestines can't break down the food. Each part of the intestines absorb minerals and vitamins and enzymes and all different things that they absorb out the food. But if your shit is all clogged up and backed up, you're not going to be able to get the nutrition or the nutrients for the body to stay strong.
And you're a house for parasites and
Yeah.
mold and fungus. It's like a swamp.
Yeah.
But it's stagnant, things are not moving, so bitters help things to move.
Right.
And you don't look at the bitters or the herbal medicine in general as something when you're sick.
Right.
There's a lot of preventative things. You would take certain things so you won't get the issue.
Right.
So you won't have to get on a protocol, do 40-day fasting, and you know what I mean, crying to the Lord. No, it's right here already to just put it in your diet.
Right.
So you don't have to do all that.
So apply it to your discipline of the truth.
That's
Right.
Now, okay, I'm doing my videos. I'm taking my tinctures. I'm doing a little bit of stretching every day. So, and again, we ain't going to get it perfect, but we're just, the Spirit is pushing this for a reason. This Lord is speaking through us.
Yeah.
Because the world is more toxic than it was in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We're living at the end of Esau's world. So even the foods that you enjoy, certain things, you're going to have to... You got something? Yep.
It's Sirach 18:30. It says, "Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetites. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee."
Damn, you be bloated through, getting cursed out by the white man.
Yeah, but
Losing to a Christian.
Right? Like we get on brothers about doing videos, but then while you're doing your videos, you got a bucket of Popeyes.
Oh, man.
Or Taco Bueno.
Taco
Good
Bell.
work. Right? And then you do your, beautiful you're doing your videos, but then you, feeling all fucked up.
Why you think Alazar did what he did? That Taco Bell aided in his decision making. Salaki, possible. Go ahead. For real. He eats Taco Bell on camera.
Oh, and the orange Coke.
Yeah, orange sodas. That's a horrible.
Dominoes.
But you're a leader.
Horrible.
That's the problem.
He didn't feel ashamed, like the flock looking at me with an orange soda.
I didn't know they had orange Coke. I know my cherry Coke from back when I was a kid. Cherry Coke.
Orange Coke. That's nasty work.
When did that shit come out?
After that dildo disappeared. Salaki. You want to read a little bit more on that? So we can move on.
All right, so this is back to the breakdown of bitters. It says stimulation of digestion, relief from bloating and indigestion, appetite regulation, right?
Oh, if I say one thing, like, you know, there's certain conditions where you can't eat a lot, you're wasting. You know, you don't have a good appetite. Well, bitters are a remedy to increase your appetite.
Yep.
So they get things moving, so you can put on weight. You know, you have people that are in a very what they call debilitated state, and and somebody like that, then you can't put them through a detox, because a detox is stripping. You need to build their body back, right? So that's one thing that a lot of these detox guys and people on the internet, they all talk about detox. Yes, absolutely. Some people, a lot of people need detox. But what about building the body? And you have to do that through the diet. And bitters are very a necessary thing to start to stimulate that appetite, to build appetite, so you can start eating more, but eating the right foods.
Right.
Right? Eating the right. It's all about eating the right foods.
Right.
Having those decisions, and it's not going to be perfect. But you gotta know what foods to eat.
Right.
A lot of people don't even know what foods to eat because the food that the American diet is so toxic, you can't even fucking make right decisions. You just, I gotta eat something fast. Quick. That's the diet that you're eating.
And you just eating a whole bunch of food with no nutrients, so you're a fat, empty person.
Yep.
A fat person with no nutrients because you're just eating all of this food, but your cells aren't being fed. You're supposed to eat to feed your cells. In Esau, an orange today, it would take 20 oranges, 60, I was looking it up, it would take 60 oranges today to get the nutrients that you had in the orange in the 80s.
Wow.
Crazy. So as the food is
Devoid of nutrients.
and we need is void of nutrients. See, when Yahweh Bashim Yahshua through the Alahayim, all right, the brothers be having a precept. I got you. When they made these things, said it was good. So that meant that everything that was created in this earth was made to coincide with the body.
That's right.
Esau has thrown that process off through genetically modified things. When you hear about people just let that go over there. See, you got Israelites complaining about us, but GMOs and Monsanto, cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a problem to Jake. They don't look at that as a problem to their life, but we're the problem.
Right. Yeah, we the problem.
We're the problem. But Kadar, go ahead.
I just wanted to speak on that. I just want to speak on that American diet. Like this is the AI overview of it. It says the staples prior to the late 1800s, Americans primarily consumed foods that filled them up, including dairy, meat, hominy, oatmeal, and sugar. And then also it had limited vegetables. Vegetables were not a primary focus in the diet.
Right.
You know, so you got to be mindful of your consumption, because if you're consuming toxic things, guess what? You're going to experience toxic things.
Right.
And I mean in all facets of life. So
Right.
you got to be mindful of what you consume.
Right. And that you brothers' children that are here, listen to this.
Right. Right.
Okay, you around those little GMO niggas at school and you sneak and we don't eat like that.
Tell them to listen.
We don't eat like these people in the world.
Tell Micah. How many other this is?
It's only two brothers seeds
I
here.
want them to hear
Three
this.
brothers.
Tell them to bring their ass up front.
Front and center.
Front and center, man.
Start eating
Over
your.
here, over here. Over here, bro. Where's your companion?
Right. Now get in the squat position. I'm fucking around.
Y'all listen. You young dudes, listen.
Right. Now I know we know you're around those little dudes at school and you sneak and play and eat nerds and you know while you away from your family, you better the Lord's watching you. Don't eat that stuff. We don't eat like that. Now we had our time of now laters, taffies and paydays and Skittle. It ain't that type of world no more. Figure out a way to get a healthy sweet, because sweets are good for you, you know. But the sweets have to be in line with what Yahweh Bashim Yahshua created. So stop eating that BS, man. We don't eat like that. And add vegetables and bitters to your everyday life to the best of your ability. Weekly, like I made the bitter for you. You don't like to take it. You make me use the bathroom too much. Well, using the bathroom is flushing you out. You go love it. See, when you get to your 40s, taking the number 2 is like heaven.
That's your
Sometimes you're number 2 busting up. I'm taking the number 2. Sometimes the number 2 is better than an orgasm. Just being honest. When you get old, you start to pay attention. The Lord is right. Thank you, Lord. You look in the toilet, it's a mountain, you be like, the water. It's just, this is natural. We're just telling the truth.
Oh, that's real shit.
Because you get older, you appreciate a bowel movement. So you look, you brothers, children, man, start to like be with your dad, your fathers, and like let's start getting healthier, man. The Lord is saying this to us for a reason. It's not a game. We're in the end of Esau, or we're in the spiritual Egypt. Now y'all can sit down. Go ahead, brother.
This is Proverbs 14 and 15, and it says, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his goings."
There you go.
And I say that because, Jake, read the ingredients, man. All right, look at what you're putting in your mouth. Now, I say this as a testimony, and certain brothers around here know that, but I'm only bringing this out because I know there are, a few Aquat that tune in and Akim that watch that may be dealing with it. I had diabetes, right? And through the strength of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, I had to switch up my whole diet. And one of the main diets consists of were herbs. It was 5 particular herbs, and they were very bitter, right? But these bitters is what they did. They pretty much, because if anyone deals with neuropathy, if you know what that is, or anyone that's tuning in, it's sharp pains. I could be sitting here right now and just break down in tears because it's like a sword just went through my foot, right? So these are the things. So the scripture talks about how too much of a good thing is not good for you, right? So we're here in Babylon where 82% of everything is sugar. Everything, right? So, when you look at, we've been lied to about everything, all right? Diabetes, one of the main reasons I think one of the brothers brought out, the king's meat.
And this is not medical information. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not about the king's meat. Yeah, one of the priests brought out, eating vegetables and whatnot, because you have to have things that are going to break down, right? Because bitters, what they do is like the priest said, they'll break down things and make it easy for you to digest. I was going through hell, with the diabetes until, I started switching my diet up. But again, it's a lifestyle change, all right, ultimately, because this man is trying to kill you. All right, so those that eat, like I'm 52. Any brothers that are 50 and above, if you eat a lot of red meat on the regular, I guarantee you right now, you got about 50 and 55, you got about 7 to 9 pounds of undigested red meat in your bowels right now. And that's fact. That's factual. Okay, so switching your diet up is the main thing. You have to understand, we're behind enemy lines. This man is trying to kill us. All right, so you got to use wisdom. A prudent man will look at everything. Be circumspect. Anything you put in your mouth, you drink, all that, man. These are the times when you drink.
We have to do a better job of what we eat, being representatives of Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua on this earth.
That's right.
We have to take our sacrifice more serious. This does not guarantee you salvation.
Right.
We're not saying, okay, but because the Lord can do what he want to do. We're just giving you advice through the Spirit. Because we've been in this thing, man. Our apostles, bishops, they've been in this thing. They've seen the ups and downs. That unhealthy lifestyle, that sweet, too much of this will eventually bite you in the ass. So start now changing your mindset in your relationship with food. Go ahead.
That's right.
Yeah, don't wait till you start feeling the pains in your body to do something about it.
Fix it before the Most High fixes it.
Fix it before the Most High fixes. See? Don't be like Alizar in your diet.
Right.
Yeah. Getting paid, now you want to fix it.
You waking up feeling dizzy.
No energy.
Feeling all crazy. Y'all the crazy, like shit that you never felt when you was younger. And shit, you like, yo.
That's that Kool-Aid coming back.
You know what I mean? Like I said, the water y'all shine. For all you brothers, man, brothers like, the elder Yashwamba, the elder Kanaki, man, like, bro. Like I said, man, we all know it's Yahweh, man, all praises to Yahweh. We always say that, right? But we mean it. We mean it, man, because the Lord sent brothers to help brothers, man.
Yeah, he know what we needed.
You understand what I'm saying? And I know brothers are humble, like the elder Kanaki is humble, the elder Ariella is humble as fuck, the elder Yashwamba is humble. But you know what the scriptures say, right? Let another man esteem me. Right? The scriptures do say that, brothers. They do say that. Right? So, like when we give you brothers praise for the help that you have given us, man, we mean it from the bottom of the heart, man. Like El Ariana was sitting over there, that's my brother, 50 grand, man, everybody knows that. Okay? Like I said, back when I was like, I get emotional talking about the shit. Because that meant something to me, man. You know, and that was like 10 years ago.
I remember that.
You know what I mean, man?
Now look.
When I was going through that shit, that was some hardcore shit. You know what I mean? I was much younger than I am now. But the Spirit of the Lord put the Yahweh Shem Shah, put the Spirit on him. You know, when y'all came to the East, and he put me on, which I knew about herbs, but he, you know, I always tell this man, you know, through the grace of the Lord, he saved my life.
Right, call Allah Yahweh Shem
Right there, Yahweh Shem Shah, man. He put me on them herbs, and like I told y'all when he said that, you know, look, I'm giving you the information I got,
right.
But overall, you gotta
pray and believe that you can be healed.
And believe.
That's right.
Because at that time, bro, I was going through it bad, man. I was fucked up. Like, I thought I was gonna drop dead. And yeah, I got to a point, I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna end up probably just going out of here. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I just said that, but I did what he told me to do. It's like this brother even said lifestyle. I had to change certain shit
You
up.
have to switch it up. You gotta adapt.
I had to switch shit up. I had to, nah, bro, like, let me just, you know, let me do this, let me that.
Yeah, I can't throw the jab too much. He countering that. Let me switch up my strategy. Satan coming a different way to me. He's coming through now. Satan is coming through things that I love. So now I'm doing these things. Now it's working against me. You got to know that. You got to be able to have the spiritual discernment to know something that I love may be destroying me. Even if it's a woman, it could be anything. And you got to know it's certain things need to be detached from you. Certain arenas, you know, like I'm not good at a club, so I'm not going. I'm gonna be in there, you know what I'm saying? Anxiety. I'm not going to no club. You know. You got to understand your weaknesses and your strengths. You know, now it's not saying if I go out and start melting, you know, certain, I could be at a nice little, you know, with the regular kind of, you know, Jake, you know.
He be ready to go.
But, you know, that just ain't me.
He ain't gonna go.
So you got to know what to give yourself, what to keep from yourself. It's all a learning process. Absolutely. Yeah.
Look, man, I'll be telling my knucklehead woman I'm dealing with now. Another woman, they always worry about you dealing with another woman. Like, real talk, I'm good. But they knuckleheads, they don't get it, man. It's like, yo, listen, man, I'm with you. Like, real talk, bro, I did that. I did that already.
You did that already.
I already did that. Like Robert Jones, like, inside joke, I'll explain it to you later. I did that already. I did that. Bro, man, look, real talk. Like, personally, man, I didn't have enough putty to last me 2 lifetimes.
Got to know when to sit down.
I'm not into putty no more, man. Like, if y'all get what I'm saying.
I got 4 more years, maybe. Then maybe I'll be there.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. We got young men in this room. Some of you young dudes are probably still.
Yeah, but it's good to take the advice of men that been there.
Advice, man. Look, bro, I done had enough putty to last me 2 lifetimes. I've been getting putty since I was in high school, man. Like, it's cool. It's cool. It feels good. It's nice. But you got to count the cost, man.
Count the cost. And be picky about who you give yourself to.
Yeah.
Women are worse, you know.
If the Lord bless you, brothers, with a woman, and look, I'm not telling y'all being wicked if you brothers, y'all got a woman, right? Y'all got a decent woman. I mean a decent woman that's holding you down and doing stuff. I'm giving y'all solid advice, man. All right, from a 52-year-old man that's been out there. In the truth. If you brothers got a decent chick, rock with her.
Rock with her, right.
Okay, that's that New York shit. Rock with her.
That's it.
Okay.
Chances are you ain't gonna get another one.
You're gonna get another one.
She really like you. She's happy to be
Yes.
there. That's a great woman right there. That's happy to be there. Like, man.
You understand? I'm trying to, I'm speaking from my heart, man. If you get a decent chick, halfway decent, and she cool, rock with her.
And she mean you well.
Try to be, look, man, I'm gonna tell you, I gotta tell you this old story real quick. It's an old Native American story. The dog that had a bone, right? No, in some stories it was a dog. You know, different tribes, we told the story in different ways. In certain stories it was a dog. In certain stories it was a coyote or a wolf. The wolf, the coyote, he had a bone. He found the bone and he went to the creek, the river, and he was looking at his own reflection, but he was too stupid to realize that it was him. So he looked in, because you know, when you look in the creek, you see your reflection in the water. So the coyote or the dog or whatever, he saw his reflection. It was his own reflection, but he didn't realize it. He was too stupid. He thought it was another dog or coyote that had a bone. So he was greedy. He was full of, nigga shit, I'm gonna take his bone. So he jumped in the water. He had a bone, but he jumped in the water and splashed around in the water trying to fight the other, but it was really his own reflection all along. He did it. Yeah. So 3 times he jumped in. Excuse me, and eventually the bone that he had, he lost in the creek. It sunk, and he jumped out. He was soaking wet. Coyote, right? Or some stories is a dog. I heard this story since I was a little kid. My grandmother told me the story. And he jumped out, he was soaking wet. And no bone. He lost his bone, because his bone sunk to the bottom of the creek. And then he finally realized, chasing shadows when the truth lies in front of you. It's an old Indian story. But originally it's a coyote. Coyote. Right? Coyote is the trickster. See? Originally it's a coyote. I heard this story since I was a little kid. You dig? But see, it all go back to the scriptures. He kept chasing something that wasn't reality. That's Al-Azhar. Delusional. But this motherfucker had the bone. You had chasing shadows, but you looking at your own reflection, but you so greedy, you thinking that, nah, I won't. See, Al-Azhar wanted what the apostles had.
He wanted, yeah, you could tell.
And brother, fuck us, we ain't nobody.
Well, he called Apostle Tahar his arch nemesis, according to that dude Ariella.
In his own damn deluded
In
mind.
his own deluded mind, Apostle Tahar was his arch nemesis.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Pride. God.
He not even above brothers below Apostle Tahar.
First of all,
Not even close.
first of all, you elders right here are his elders.
Right. Including all these brothers, all of these brothers, Bond Supply, all of them. Yep.
First of all, the elder Ariella sitting there, that nigga, I remember when he used to call Elder Ariella all the time. You remember that Ariella?
Well, those councils.
He didn't call us like that.
He didn't call us like that.
No, he didn't call us. No.
But he would be in the councils with
We
you.
would be in the count, but he didn't call us like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't call us.
But I remember you cursed him out one night.
Yeah.
We
on
all
the
did.
phone.
We had councils
I
with him.
remember you was on the phone with him, cursing him out.
Yeah. Well,
One
he's
night.
just wilding out.
We would have councils with him, but no, we didn't deal with him too directly. The
Yeah.
Seattle brothers, maybe.
the
But
West
we
Coast
were
of
in councils. We were.
Okay, I'm sorry, I want to give
No, it was the LA brothers and the
LA,
Seattle brothers.
Seattle.
Yeah.
But we were brought in on a few of
Some few of
those
councils.
councils they had, and I remember those councils.
Brother,
And
nigga.
listen
I
to
want
some.
to give this information.
No. Because you know those type of dudes will use that against you. See, they lying.
Yep, it's facts.
Right.
But we were in those councils.
Yeah.
With Alazar and Deacon,
Because Dallas
him and his
was
wife.
always in the midst of the councils.
No matter how much we tried to run away from it, we would always
know,
end up in
man.
the midst of it. And then it was just like Dallas is busy about it. It's like, no, it's Element. you know. I didn't want to do all that
You
shit.
get that phone call, you be like, damn.
But it's all the spirit. So, brothers, this stuff is all being said for a reason. Don't take it like we just a bunch of, the Lord speaks through his men. So we're in a season now where you have to change. You have to start applying the truth. Within the truth, you're commanded to be in the spirit. That's the commandment. The what's that scripture? Somebody get it? The liberty of law of liberty. Because we're not under the strict letter of the Levitical law. We use it as a guide, but we're under the law of the liberty. The scriptures say, somebody get also walk in the spirit and you fulfill the law. Walk in the spirit, and that's how you fulfill the law under this grace period, is walking in the spirit. Somebody left a comment, well, if y'all don't keep the Sabbath, so y'all work on the Sabbath, we have to. We're not over righteous. You know, at the end of the day, we're leaning on Yahweh Shai. We're not leading on the law because the law condemns us.
He had to work on the Sabbath. What are you gonna do?
Well, and this is the thing, Apostle. You may have a brother who's able to take off every Sabbath, but you can't put that burden on everybody else. Not everybody has that ability. Certain brothers may, like, you keep taking off, you lose your job, and you ultimately become an enemy to yourself. So it's about ultimately walking in the spirit in these times. We're not able to keep this is a grace period. The scriptures say you're not under the law, you're under grace. That doesn't mean we just say the law is this, but we understand that our way to be made right with the Lord ain't perfection in the law. It's through faith in what? The resurrection. Because you got a lot of people, they probably got the fringes on, this, that, but they don't believe in the resurrection. They doubt it. One body Yahweh Shai is a great example of that. Now, somebody get the scripture I asked for. Go ahead.
I got it. Can I read it in the NLT?
Yep, go ahead.
This is Romans 8:3. The point is in 4. The writer reads, the law of Moses was unable to save us because of the weakness of our sinful nature. So God did what the law could not do. He sent his own son in a body like the bodies we sinners have. And in that body, God declared an end to sin's control over us by giving his son as a sacrifice for our sins.
Acts 13 and 39 real quick. Somebody slip to it real quick. Acts 13 and 39 real quick. You know,
Acts chapter 13 and verse 39.
Damn.
And it reads, and by him all that believe are justified from all things from which you could not be justified by the law of Moses.
So we understand there's a lot of new listeners. You got a lot of people who are following these camps. Dudes had you in bondage. You got to take off if it's the Sabbath. Now, in the Sabbath, I don't have sex. You know, I don't. You know, I try to be in the spirit. But if I got to go to work, I can't just keep calling in. So there's at some point, Yahweh Shai's blood is given as a comfort, as a means to. I'm gonna have to lean on his blood, and hopefully, I'm justified by my belief, by my fervency for the volume of the book and what I've been given.
That's right. That's right.
Somebody.
Fucking niggas.
So it's not, and again, some of them may be of the elect, and they may be leaving another church, and they're just now seeing us. So there is a sort of a patience we have to have with some of these people, but we're letting you know, look, we ain't on that.
Yeah, be sincere.
If you sincere, ultimately, look, if you got to go to work on the Sabbath, what are you going to keep calling off?
Ooh.
Don't get afraid.
You get fired.
Something I want you to address.
Yeah, we did. We said it earlier.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Because the brother from El Paso had called, because somebody called him, like, and that's heavy you saying that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got certain. That's why, you know, me, you know, I can be gruff and shit. But my attitude, I'm just black or white. Like, if I feel like you coming at us, I'm just gonna curse you out. But even me, I gotta learn to just. Try to work with Jacob.
Well, you from Jerusalem, so dealing with a Gentile, it's hard to come from a perspective of a Gentile sometimes. You know?
But I want you to, I'm sorry, the circumcision. You know, we're gonna do the Sabbath service.
Yeah, we'll get it going in a
I
minute.
want you to address that because I promised the brother, you know, the brother from El Paso, he had called him, somebody had called, a brother had hit him up on the thing with the, you know, the circle, which I gave the brother, I quoted scriptures basically a brother that's uncircumcised can be in the Passover, but you just can't salute the Torah.
Just don't pray over the don't touch the Torah. Don't salute, pray over the Torah. So if you're an uncircumcised brother, which that was one of the main controversies between those who were raised as Jews and the incoming Israelite foreigners who were brought in by faith, is that you have to be circumcised. Now, when you read about John the Baptist, circumcised the 8th day, Yahushua, circumcised the 8th day, Peter, all of these men were raised in customs that were centered around the law. They were Jews. When you read about the Jews, they were responsible for forwarding the traditions associated with the law. So now that we're scattered, the Gentiles were brought in through faith, and a lot of them were uncircumcised. So does that mean, because there's a scripture, right? Uncircumcised.
I got a precept on it.
Yeah, go ahead. So shit.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I'm gonna start at verse 18. It says,
Which we have brothers that weren't circumcised and got circumcised. So if you can do it and it's on your spirit, do it. But ultimately, we can't say that if you don't, you can't be saved. Because Abraham received all of the blessings and the promises while he was uncircumcised. Keep that in mind. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 18, it says, is any man called being circumcised? Let him not become uncircumcised. Is any called in uncircumcision? Let him not be circumcised.
And what does that mean? If you're circumcised, that means a lot of the first bulk of Yahushua's following were circumcised. They were circumcision. Jews. Yahushua gathered from amongst the Jews who were raised as Jews first. And he was showing them the whole time, these kind of people are going to be the only ones that listen to you. It was the downtrodden, the broken, the maimed, the halt. These are the ones he was showing. He was healing those kind of people, showing them that these are going to be the kind of people that really accept of your message. He prepared them. But eventually, through the Apostle Paul, it came time to teach the scattering. The scattered Israelites weren't raised as Jews. So the Paul's ministry of grace is important for us is because we weren't raised as Jews. We need mercy. We need a grace period to where we can figure it out, get it right, and not be held to the strict letter of the law. And that can only come through the blood of Yahushua.
That goes back to Acts the 15th chapter when they had that council.
Acts 15. All of Paul's letters stem from the council in Acts 15. Get it? No, I'm fucking. Go ahead.
Verse 19, it says, circumcision is nothing, and uncircumcision is nothing, but the keeping of the commandments of the Most High, Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Yeah.
That was it on that. Because pretty much, you had a doctrines that was rolling around like, look, unless you circumcise after the law of Moses, then you through. But that wasn't the truth.
That's not true because Abraham.
You know what I'm saying? He was uncircumcised. He was called in uncircumcision. That's how he received the promises when he was uncircumcised.
His faith was showed while uncircumcised. Now he eventually got circumcised. Don't get it twisted.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if it's on your spirit, you have certain brothers that did it, but Titus didn't get circumcised. He got a book in the scriptures. You can't say a man is not a man of the Lord because he's not circumcised. But circumcision is a healthy thing. It's a custom. Right, but the true circumcision is in your spirit, your mind.
That's right.
Trimming off all of the wickedness. Like you look at these dudes' Passovers, it's all aligned with the world because they haven't cut off the fat. They're not circumcised. So they may be circumcised by the physical penis, but mentally and spiritually, they're off. They're not circumcised.
That's right.
So the circumcision to focus more of is the being right with Yahweh Bashim Shah in the spirit. Making your body a living sacrifice by the renewing of your mind. That's the circumcision you focus more on.
I got one more for you. Galatians chapter 5, verse 6, it says, for in Yahushua HaMashiach neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but faith which worketh by love.
There you go. Faith in what? The message. Did he rise? Do you believe he rose from the dead? You got a lot of people circumcised that walk around with fringes, but when it comes to the resurrection, they're like, oh, that's symbolic. I don't know if a man really raised from the dead. They don't believe that the power Yahweh could do that.
Right.
So then, at the end of the day, it's about your belief. See, Abraham's faith was rooted in the fact that he believed the Most High could raise Isaac from the dead.
That's right.
That's why he was willing to sacrifice. Because like, okay, you promised me all this through him. So if I put him to death, I believe you could raise him from the dead. I'll do it.
Right.
So he believed in the resurrection.
And also too, part of the faith and what the elder was talking about is this. At the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is going to come and fix. That's why he said, when I come, shall I find faith on the earth. So we got to have faith in the things that don't seem that we can't get together, or it seems off. Like, for example, damn, I got to work. I can't take off.
Yeah, you got
to have,
come on, bro.
your faith got to be bigger than that. You got to be bigger than that. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. But your faith got to rest there in Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, to take care of the rest. That's why when he come, he's going to fully change us, even though we're still getting better from glory to glory, from glory to glory. Then when he come, he going to fix the rest.
He going to fix it. Yep, and it's about your beliefs. So we'll get a few more and we're going to close it out. You got something?
Yeah. This is Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. See that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. So we just got to be, you got to be circumspect of yourself. You got to be self-critical in this thing. We're coming into this new year. It's already been moving quickly since Esau's beginning of the year. But now is the actual beginning of the year, and things are going to speed up.
Yep.
All right? This ministry, this brotherhood is a vital point. Make sure that you're able to accept rebuke and reproof. And understand that, it's going to get harder out here. We ain't here to be on vacation. We're here to preach the name of Yahweh Shem Shai and hope to get up out of here, man. All right, this is not our rest. That's right. So.
Yep. Be mindful, grow, pray, believe, and hey, man, we here.
That's right.
So, anybody else got anything? All right, so with that, man, we'll give all praises to the Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles, bishops, elders at Great Millstone. Hopefully you brothers and sisters were edified. Peace and salutations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Beautiful. That turned into a health lesson.
Man,